What's up, guys? It's your boy Rondre3000 with my first ever upload to the Team Relentless clan channel. Very happy to be bringing you this video. I'm doing some 1v1 team deathmatch on the map Erosion. Been playing a lot of 1v1s lately. I'm finding the games a lot more predictable here. I'm not a big fan of the ground war type games or big lobby free-for-alls just because I'm the victim of lag compensation. And even if you're on the bad end of lag compensation on the 1v1 playlist, it's just you and your opponent. So if you're playing smart, you'll be able to set yourself up for some good gunfights. And that's what I want to get into today. Some tips for playing on the 1v1 playlist. As you just saw there, I'm using the Specialist Strike package, and my first unlock is Sitrep Pro. I can't stress this enough. Being able to sound whore your opponent is a huge advantage on this playlist. If you don't have the challenges finished for Sitrep Pro, I would suggest you run on over to the Bare Bones playlist or the Drop Zone playlist and destroy a whole mess of equipment over there. I cannot stress this enough. Sitrep Pro is the best third tier perk for the Face-Off playlist. If you're not comfortable with running the Specialist Strike package, then I'll admit, when I first started playing on the Face-Off playlist, I hadn't really used it a whole lot. Make sure you're equipping kill streaks that are easily attainable. There's absolutely no sense in running a kill streak like the Osprey Gunner in a 1v1 playlist. First off, because in Team Deathmatch, the kill limit is only 15 anyway. And second off, unless you're reliably able to pwn people to that degree, there's just no reason. You want to run kill streaks that you're going to be able to hit a couple times a game. So to start off, I would suggest something like UAV, care package, and predator missile, or something like UAV, predator missile, and attack helicopter, something that you know you can reasonably get to a few times a game. Again, here's Sitrep Pro, proves its value, and I really can't stress it enough, guys. Sitrep Pro, Sitrep Pro, Sitrep Pro until you're blue in the face. Make sure you get Sitrep Pro. Another suggestion I have for the 1v1 playlist is to make sure you're aware that your opponent is probably using Assassin. And I'm not going to say that that's a good or a bad thing, it just is. So motion sensors, probably going to be useless. I would say about 30% of the people that I play against on the playlist are not using Assassin, so for them, a motion sensor will pick them up. But for the most part, motion sensors are useless. So you may be better off going with something like flashbangs or concussion grenades, but definitely make sure you are running bouncing betties or claymores, because even if your opponent's running stalker, them tripping your claymore or bouncing betty is going to give you a heads up and let you know where they're coming from. That's why I suggest, along with your motion sensors, if you choose to run them, you got to run something like a betty or a claymore. Next tip I have for you is to be patient. It's a 1v1, and what I find is the better search and destroy players, players who have patience, players who don't get rattled by not seeing their opponent like every 10, 20, 30 seconds, tend to do better here. This particular match is actually a perfect example of what I want to illustrate here. I actually edited out the first 2 minutes of the game because I didn't see my opponent in the first 2 minutes of the game. I spent the first 2 minutes running around the entire map until I saw him. And actually, I saw him on the clear way on the other end of the map and just kind of waited for him. You saw I laid prone, waiting for him to come through that doorway. And so that's the tip I want to give to you. Try not to get frustrated. Break the map down into grids. Check off every grid as a place you've been through and no longer need to check again. You may not have noticed, but it's something I picked up on and I'm trying to break as a bad habit. Most people will run a map in a clockwise circle. So if you've been running on the map, and I make this change right now, if you've been running on the map for quite a while and you've been running in a clockwise circle, change your direction. Run counterclockwise. And I'm pretty sure that you'll run head-on into your opponent. Last tip I have for you is, actually I got 2 tips for you here. If you really want to be successful at the 1v1 playlist, make sure you're paying attention to the maps and spawns. There are 2 major spawns on every map and 2 intermediate spawns. The major spawns are going to be on opposite sides of the map, and the intermediate spawns are going to be somewhere in the middle. And as Modern Warfare 3 has taught us all, if you kill someone in the middle of the map, it's about guaranteed that that person's going to spawn right behind you. So be cognizant of that. Keep your head on a swivel. Last tip I have for you is have fun. Even if you are one of those people that's fortunate enough to be paid to play video games, remember, it's still just a game. There are a lot more important things in the world out there than playing video games. It's not like you're trying to find a cure for cancer. So please, let's all try to keep the rage to a minimum and remember that we're all just here to have some fun. That's pretty much it, guys. The gameplay is about winding down here. I do go 15-1. Hope you guys enjoyed the tips. Hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. Please leave me some comments down below, and I'll try to make sure I get to each and every one of them. That's game, guys. Thanks again for watching. Peace out.